The Whispering Shadows. In the heart of a small town called Maplewood, the air was thick with the smell of autumn leaves and the chill of impending winter. Most of the inhabitants were busy preparing for the annual Harvest Festival, a celebration tied to ancient myths and local folklore. However, one legend whispered through hushed tones made Cassie shiver: the tale of the Chimera. The Chimera, as legend had it, was a creature composed of various animal parts: a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. It was said to guard hidden treasures and cursed anyone who dared disturb its resting place. Every year, younger teens dared each other to venture into the woods behind Maplewood, where it was rumored the Chimera lay dormant. Most dismissed the creature as nonsense, but Cassie found herself inexplicably drawn to the myth. One evening, curiosity got the best of her. The moon hung low, casting a silvery glow, and as she made her way into the forest, the sounds of the festival, laughter, music, and the crackling of bonfires faded into the background. A thick fog swirled around her ankles, wrapping her in an eerie silence that made her heart race. Determined to uncover the truth behind the legend, Cassie followed a winding path that wove deeper into the woods. Hours passed, and just as she began to doubt her venture, Cassie stumbled upon a clearing bathed in moonlight. In the center stood a large stone altar decorated with strange carvings that glowed faintly. It was here, according to legend, that the Chimera was said to awaken when the night was right. As she circled the altar, Cassie felt a sudden drop in temperature. The air crackled with energy, and she could hear a low growl echoing through the trees, vibrating in her bones. The whispering shadows around her began to twist and change shape, forming a hulking silhouette on the altar. Fear gripped her as the shadow solidified into a grotesque blend of a lion, goat, and snake. Its eyes were pools of molten gold, piercing through the darkness as they fixed on her. The Chimera had come to life. Cassie stumbled backward, her heart pounding in her chest. "Please, I didn't mean to disturb you," she cried, her voice shaking. But the creature simply lowered its massive head, exposing a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. It was majestic yet terrifying. "You've awakened me," it said, its voice a smooth rumble that shuddered through the air. "For this, you shall pay a price." What do you want?" Cassie whispered, fear curling in her stomach. The Chimera grinned, the glow of its eyes intensifying. "A sacrifice. Your fear shall feed my strength, and in return, I will grant you a single wish. But be warned. The heart that wishes must be pure." Cassie's mind raced. She had heard enough horror stories about wishes gone wrong, but there was a flicker of temptation. What if she could wish for everyone at the festival to be safe, to erase the pain her family had faced after her mother's accident? She thought of her younger sister, who was often frail and afraid. "I wish for my family to be whole again," Cassie declared, struggling to keep her voice steady. The Chimera's expression changed, the grin turning into a more contemplative gaze. "That takes more than mere words. You must face a trial. Should you succeed, your wish shall be granted. But fail, and you will forever serve as my vessel, feeding me your energy." Cassie nodded, swallowing her dread. "What's the trial?" "Confront your greatest fear," it replied. "You will find it in the depths of this forest. Return with the truth, and you may yet leave with your wish fulfilled." Before she could respond, the creature vanished, melting back into the shadows that had given it life. Cassie stood alone, the weight of its challenge pressing heavily on her chest. She turned to the deeper woods, knowing she had to face what lay ahead. Hours seemed to pass as she wandered through the dark forest, cold tendrils of fear creeping up her spine. Finally, she stumbled upon a clearing that mirrored her childhood memories, a place where she had played with her mother, a vivid patch of warmth now turned to chilling darkness. The shadows deepened, igniting her memories of loss. Her mother's laughter, the sound of her voice fading, the pain of that final moment. Cassie felt a pang in her heart, a fierce longing to reach out to her mother one last time. But as she did, a figure emerged from the darkness, a shadow resembling her mother, smiling faintly. "Mama?" Cassie whispered, her voice breaking. "Cassandra," the figure answered, but the words twisted. "Why do you linger in this realm? You cannot bring me back." Tears filled Cassie's eyes. "But I miss you. I want everything to be like it was." Suddenly, the figure morphed, twisting into the Chimera's shape before her. "Face your truth. She is gone, and you must let her go. With a heart-wrenching scream, Cassie confronted her grief. She realized she had to accept the loss, to move forward rather than remain chained to the past. The Chimera's form shimmered, and in that moment, Cassie felt an overwhelming sense of calm wash over her. She could no longer see her mother, but she could feel her presence, guiding her toward healing. The darkness lifted from the clearing, and as dawn broke, the Chimera returned, its form ethereal in the morning light. "You have faced your fear," it said, the shadows dissipating around it. "Your wish is granted. Return to your family, and remember, love conquers loss." With a final, majestic roar, the Chimera melted back into the ether, forever entwined with the essence of Cassie's journey. She turned back toward Maplewood, her heart lighter than it had been in years. The festival awaited, and she knew it would be filled with sorrow and joy, a tapestry of emotions that made life beautiful, even in its impermanence. As she approached the familiar sounds of laughter, she felt a warmth, a sense of belonging that reminded her of her mother. The harvest was not just about the bounty of the earth, but the memories and legacies held within. And as she stepped back into the world, she carried forth the wisdom of the Chimera, a guardian of her heart's deepest truths.